It's Pete Cohen. It's episode 170 of the My 365 podcast series. And this is episode 2 of a 4-part podcast series in how to make 2019 your best year yet. What we're going to be looking at today is to help you get results, proven results, every single day to help you move forwards and really and truly make 2019 your best year yet. Let's do this. Not now, but right now. Happy beautiful day. Welcome to episode 170. This is the second podcast in a series of 4 in how to make 2019 your best year yet. One of the things I'm a massive fan of is coaching. I believe that coaching is the difference that makes the difference to so many people, whether it's coaching or mentoring or just someone or some people looking out for you along the way. It's very hard to achieve anything on your own. And in fact, anything that we achieve, that we often want to achieve it so we can actually share it with others. And you might have heard this expression that no man is an island, that we don't live in isolation. We live around other people, and actually, believe it or not, people actually like to help us. But if you're a man, you're probably going to have more of a problem with this than actually asking for help and saying, hey, you know what? I need some help here. I'm a little bit stuck. I love helping people. That's what we do, and that's why we've designed what we believe is the most effective processes, coaching program to help people just like you create the life that you want, because we know a great life doesn't happen by chance. It happens by design. It happens by choice. It happens by a proven system. It happens by using tools that work. And what we were looking at in the first podcast is the whole compounding effect of doing something over an extended period of time. We all start things with good intentions, but often the good intention just goes out the back door because we get distracted, we lose interest, we don't see the results that we get. So many of us are like children in a candy shop. I remember where I went to school, there was a little shop across the road. It was a sweet shop and had these plastic containers full of sweets, from cola bottles to pear drops to Werther's Originals, and you probably don't know what I'm talking about if you don't live in the United Kingdom. And you'd go in and you'd look, and for me it's like looking at a menu that's got too many things on it. If I go into a restaurant and it's got like 225 different dishes, I don't know which one to look at, and I often won't because I just get confused. I like to asking people, what are you having? I'll even ask the waiter, what do you recommend here? Because too much choice really scrambles our brain. And that's your challenge right now, is that there's so many things that you can do, especially now in this world. There's so many people you can follow, so many Instagram pictures, Facebook posts. There's just so much information that it's very hard to decide what to do. And it's even harder to stick at something, especially when you don't feel like it. See, we love to feel good, human beings. We don't like feeling pain. We don't like it at all. So whenever we feel any form of discomfort, there's a part of us that wants to move off the path and choose a path which is just that little bit more comfortable. But what I see in the world today is so many people who are comfortable, but they're uncomfortable at the same time. That they're sitting there watching X Factor or Strictly or whatever it is, or EastEnders, even worse, and deep down inside them, there's a part of them going, there must be more to life than this. I'm watching other people's success. I'm watching other people's misery. What about my life? What do I want for my life? There was a theory, a guy who won the Nobel Prize in 1937, syntropy. His theory was every living cell lives for one reason, for that cell to express itself fully. That's what you want to do. And that's why most of us struggle at times, because we know we're just not being who we're capable of being, that we're not using the equipment that we have. You've been blessed with this equipment, and if you can see, you have the ability to do something called visioneering. Even if you can't see, even blind people, they create visions inside their own mind, and we can all dream and think, you know what, this is what I want to do. So 365 days from now, 2019, where do you want to be? Because if you're not careful, you're going to end up in a very similar place to where you are now. Maybe a little bit heavier, a little bit more disappointed, because you haven't moved forwards. You haven't made changes in your life. You're not as happy. We have to work at being happy. We have to work at being joyful. We have to be very mindful of what is going on inside us. Because this is what we looked at. And I just want to cover this very quickly in the last podcast. Please listen if you haven't listened to it. And listen to, I think it was episode 168, which was how to be a visionary. So important to start understanding how you can use the projector inside your own mind to see results that you want to create. This is what I've done with all the world champions of teams and sports, Olympic medalists that I've worked with, and so many everyday people that have wanted to be slimmer, fitter and healthier, to be financially free, whatever it is, visioneering. And this is one of the things that we specialize in teaching people. None of it's complicated, but we definitely have some very advanced tools that can really help people really get inside their mind and to ramp up, turn up their creativity, because we all have it. Look, if you worked on yourself for 365 days, if you applied the rules of compounding and aggregating, just after 1 year, it's estimated that you'd be 37 times better. What if you did it for 2 years? And this is where so many people fall down, because they do things for a bit and then they give up, rather than realizing that the plateau effect of just realizing, am I actually making progress? If you just keep doing simple things every single day that allow you to grow, that keep you positive, that allow you to start seeing the results that you get, something amazing will happen. After 2 years, it's estimated that you will be 1,400 times better. I've got my numbers down here, which is, let me just bring them up here. You can probably hear the pages turn. And I mentioned this in the last podcast. This blew me away when I read this. So after 3 years, it's estimated that you'd be 53,405 times better than you were. And what about after 10 years? Well, you're talking numbers in the trillions, 998-8822-690-009-590. Oh my God, you'd be incredible. An overnight success takes more than just an overnight. It takes years of dedication. And that dedication will be tested by others, by yourself, because of that battle inside you, which I want to look at in the next episode, in part 3 of these 4. But what I wanted to talk to you about today was results. We want results. We love results. You know, it might even be, the result of the kitchen's in a mess, so it needs to be tidied up. And you tidy it up, result, and you feel so much better because of what you did. You didn't feel like doing the paperwork, but you did it, and then it's all done, and you have that wonderful feeling, result. You didn't feel like exercising, you did it afterwards. How did you feel? Result. That is the feeling that we all must really heighten our senses about, to realize, look, you might not feel like it, but so what? If you want something enough, forget about it. Forget about the feeling. Have how you feel now. You got to focus on the result that you want, because that is the inspiration that will come to you if you take action. Does this make sense? Or am I just, is anyone actually listening to me? I'm sure at least one person is listening. We know that thousands of people listen to our podcast. And am I talking to you? I am definitely talking to you. Yeah, you. Yeah, that's right. That you right now. That's you. Yes, Bob Smith, living in Middlesbrough. How are you, Bob? No, not just Bob Smith. Every single one of you. I'm talking to you. I believe in you, and I want to talk to you about results. So look at the word results. Absolutely love that word. R-E-S-U-L-T-S, results. So we know that if you do a certain few things every single day, that over time, applying the laws of aggregation, you're just going to get better. So read. That's what I do. You don't have to do this, but this is a great way for me every day. Read. I read 10 pages of a book. Why? It just focuses my mind and engages certain parts of my brain, and it makes me feel good. I love learning. I love challenging myself. It's another thing I often don't feel like doing, especially as a child. I really didn't like reading. I found reading extremely difficult. It just challenges me. And it's another thing of if I do it, I might learn something, and it gives me a sense of achievement. Well, this might not surprise you, exercise. Some sort of movement every single day. If I want results, exercise has got to be a part of it. S, scribing. No question about it. Scribing. We have a journal that is the My365 journal. It's a brilliant tool. It's set up in such a way to help you have a great day. We know a great life doesn't happen by chance, and we know it happens by design. Designing it, scribe it. If your life is worth living, it should be worth recording, looking at it, to boldly go where you haven't gone before. And you look at so many great people in life, from explorers to Hollywood actors to just everyday people who have kept a journal as a way of charting out this incredible journey of life. You uplift. Find a way every day to uplift yourself. One of the things that we have a technique, it's called priming, and it's something which many of the people we coach use every single day. It takes 10 minutes to listen to. It's about filling yourself up with gratitude. Gratitude is an amazing feeling, and it really gets so many positive hormones flying through your body, serotonin, endorphins, oxytocin, and then we help you to start focusing on where you're going. However you choose to uplift yourself every single day, it's almost easier to be negative than it is positive. And I think that's part of our DNA. That's how we survived. We had to be on our guard. So to be positive, to uplift ourselves, it's a choice. It's often a choice in terms of how we think. L, love. Take some time out to love. Tell the people every day that you love them. Make a note of what you love, who loves you. To feel love inside you. It's the supreme emotion. And I know in life, this is one of my biggest challenges, was to choose love instead of fear. Fear was a massive part of my life, and it's still there, but love comes first, because love can move through fear. And then time. Create some time every single day for yourself. And in the reading and the exercise and the scribing, that's there as well. Time to just sit, time to take in the different energy, the different tone of every single day. And silence. S, the last letter in results. Silence. Silence is golden. I'm pretty intense. You can probably feel that. But to give yourself a bit of space, just to be in the moment. And just imagine if you did that every day. You read, you exercised, you scribed, you uplifted yourself, you felt love, you gave yourself a bit of time, and you had some silence. If you did that, whether it took you 15 minutes or whether it took you half an hour, however long it took, imagine the impact that is going to have on your life every single day. You know deep down you want to do this. It's just doing it over an extended period of time. It's one of the greatest achievements. So when you can look in the mirror and you can look what you've carved out as you've gone to work on the most important project of your life. I think we've said enough, right? I really hope you've enjoyed this podcast, and this is the second in a series of 4 on how to make 2019 your best year yet. Go and see what coaching can do for you. What we have done for people is pretty incredible with My365 Elite, and you have an opportunity to join our elite community. You can go to this page and go and see what this is all about. Mi365 Elite. That's mi365elite.me, and go and look at the video on there and see where I'm coming from with coaching. And let me reveal a few secrets to you. And if you feel that there is a connection here between you and me, you can book in a call with us, and we can see whether you speak to me or one of our team to see whether there's a good fit here, whether we can work together to help you create the results that you want. So you have that wonderful sense of who you are by creation. It's what we've all been given, the opportunity to create. So go and check that out. What's your biggest learning? What's your biggest takeaway from this podcast? I'm wishing you a happy, beautiful day. Join me next time for the 3rd in the 4th series of these podcasts. Take care. All the best. Much love.